Back to the Birdies and Bourbon show. Dan, call me old-fashioned, but I think I'll pour one back during this episode.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Fuego Finau does it again, back to back, my friend. For the folks that that rolled Tony back out there, congratulations. It's a thing. It's a thing. Tony the Tiger strikes again.
Tony the Tiger. He's like Max Home. I can see a good Kellogg's is coming up, and shots gained. Kellogg's.
What did he say? I forget. He said a loser, a winner is just a loser that didn't give up, and that's me.
Hey, love it, man. I'm loving the way he's playing. Gosh, he's on fire.
He absolutely is. So let me ask you, I mean, and we've talked about this, right? We've talked about player of the year, FedEx Cup champion. Hold on, before we get there, and where I'm going with this is, I was watching, Stallings had a great week. Cantlay making a little push on Sunday. I thought if Tony stumbles just a little bit, just a bit, Cantlay's got him. Pendrith, it wasn't there. Good experience, but I wasn't really concerned about Pendrith getting there. Cantlay he was charging pretty hard, man. He was firing at pins. He was got a couple of bad breaks, I guess. But did Tony Finau, with his back-to-back win, is he in the running for player of the year?
If he can pull another one off, it kind of reminds me of Cantlay last year, right?
Yeah.
He got really hot last year, and Finau was in the mix last year during the playoffs too. I think it was last year before. It was him, it was Bryson, it was Cantlay. They were all just on fire. And here we go again, and Beefy's nowhere to be found, but the other two are back at it. So he's in the fall.
He's in Jersey. He's in Jersey. He's a Jersey guy.
Man, he's been quiet since been over to LIV, right? There's been no drama at all over there with him.
Well, I think there's just so much noise surrounding LIV anyway. I think he just gets overshadowed, right? I mean, it's like, the whole thing is, it's like the clown car, right? And the clown, car pulls up and they just keep piling out of this thing. And they just keep piling out of this thing. Actually, they're piling into the thing. I'm sure you saw Bubba Watson. Wasn't he up there this week as a brand ambassador or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the tournament. Because I think he just had some surgery, or recently had some surgery, so he's kind of recovery mode there.
Yeah.
So totally makes sense as to why he's making the jump. Right. I get it. And who else? Henrik Stenson. I guess he's not too shaken up about. Henrik Stenson. Like I suck on the PGA Tour, but I can go win a 3-day event and in Bedminster.
I heard the PGA Tour just signed a new commissioner as well. I heard today.
Who'd they get?
Biden, Joe Biden.
You've got Trump on the LIV tour, so I'm it's like, okay, well maybe it's a thing.
Instead of paying him a lot more money.
Speaking of paying them more money, I think we did see. They did release some news, right, for the schedule, for the PGA schedule for the 23 season. I think there was a bump in purses. What, they get an extra week off? So we got 2 weeks instead of 1 week between the seasons. I guess it's not technically wrapping around anymore, but I don't know. Are they getting close? Are they starting to hit the mark or not? I believe they're going to go from so this week, right? So we're going to talk about the Wyndham Championship, and the top 125 are going to move into the playoffs. And next year, that 125 is going to go to 70 players. Mm-hmm. So what's that? A 40% reduction? What do you think the reasoning behind that is?
More money for the top guys. It's all about reducing the size of the fields, which means each player that qualifies makes more money in the playoffs, and then in turn is actually being rewarded for playing more on the tour, because typically you would be playing a lot of events on the PGA Tour to get those points to be able to qualify, right? So yeah, it's just all the money rises to the top, that's all it's come out here. So here they are here,
Yeah, if you're looking on, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see our screen. So Century Tournament of Champions, 8 million to 15 million. So we got a $7 million bump there. Genesis, Bay Hill, Memorial, and WGC Match Play. You've got a $8 million bump there to 20 million. FedEx St. Jude and BMW, a $5 million bump to 20 million. And the players 20 to 25. Man, the players, boy, they just keep piling it on, don't they? The players 20 to 25. Man. You know what I could see? I don't know how they do it, but I mean, the players has often been called the fifth major, right? And I think that, Augusta is going to do whatever Augusta wants to do. What's the chance that the TPC, that the Players Championship is the first kind of breakout that they're going to, I mean, I guess the Open Championship was the first, because they allowed, LIV Tour players to participate. But, to come out and make a statement as the fifth major, maybe that's some marketing play for them if they want it. I mean, I don't know if LIV wants it or not, but.
Well, the PGA Championship's controlled by the PGA Tour, right? So, or PGA, I think it's PGA Tour, right? So it's like, it's their baby. They're going to keep bumping that purse up more and more to be this mega event, to make it even more of that fifth major, right? And then they've done it the last couple of years. It keeps getting better and better. It's the best field in golf. They kind of tout that, and I can see that thing just continuing to rise as their staple. That's their event. They want to make sure it's known that this is the event of events from the golf perspective, and eventually I think maybe it does become. I don't know if I don't think it can't become a major, right?
I don't think so. I think it just gets labeled as the fifth major, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think that. Well, I don't know. I mean, can they create another tour? The answer to that is yes, they can. So,
they can.
I don't know. I think it's a little shaky to have to go that far. So, but yeah, so going to 70 pros, that'll make it to that'll make the playoffs next year, down from 125. What else is going on? Farmers is going to finish on Saturday again. Congaree is going to host the CJ Cup. Anything?
Bermuda
Rocket
gets full points in a master spot, and Rocket goes from late July to late June, and then the Scottish Open is back. So the Saturday for Farmers, I think, is because of the Super Bowl. So that's a smart move. It's a cool move. Yeah, so that's a great event.
Hard to compete with the bowl.
Yeah.
So that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what did you hear I don't have it in front, but I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna go off memory here, which is a great idea when I've been drinking. But the tour, the LIV Tour, they announced their schedule, and I think it was originally scheduled for like 12 events. Was it 12 or 14? 12
like 14,
events?
15, somewhere in there. Yeah.
So mid-teens.
Mm-hmm.
I think now there's over 20 events that they've got listed, and it sounds like it's mandatory that you play. So all these, all the rhetoric around we're doing it for our families. We want to spend more time, spend time away from golf. We've got other things we want to do. It sounds like that may not be the case, and not only is that not the case, but now they're going to be more overseas events. So I would argue that if what it looks like if in reality it is the way it reads, I think they may wind up spending more time away from their family, which is, I don't know. I mean, for $200 million, okay, see ya. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the responses are and what some of the bonehead comments are that come out of this thing. So, yeah.
Well, I've been reading, about the event a lot of the past. They have 3 now, right? They had London, Portland, and then New Jersey. And I think in particular with Patrick Reed, and I think you've been in touch with his caddy and everything. So, but I think what everybody's been saying is that it's just so much fun to be out there. It's a different type of atmosphere, and they're treating you so well when you're there, from your family perspective, from your caddy perspective. Everybody's getting treated so well, and it's just a different experience, and it doesn't feel like it's as harsh on you as like the PGA Tour events have been.
I'm hearing the same thing. It sounds like it's the experience is better, right? I mean, I can show up to the golf tournament, which is also going to be a tailgate party. Yeah. And I mean, we've been to plenty tournaments. I mean, it kind of turns into a tailgate. I mean, to me, right, and kind of what I saw that was going on in New Jersey.
Yeah,
it reminded me a lot of Scottsdale.
Yeah,
it's like, well, you know, let's trading some messages with the aunt and uncle. You know, they went to TPC Scottsdale or the Waste Management, sure. And there was a concert there Wednesday night. You know, it was on hole 16, and that's a regular thing that they're doing. But you know, that's not a regular thing that's happening for all these other tournaments, right? And in fact, I would say it's almost discouraged. Where this thing is like, I mean, it's a party every time, right? I mean, yeah. They're you know, the four aces, right? They went back-to-back wins for them.
I know.
They're busting the champagne open. They're hosing each other down. I mean, it's you know, the theatrics have no boundaries at this point, it seems, and they got Trump there. I mean, yeah. for crying out loud. What's going on here?
It's kind of crazy. But it is very much F1 Scottsdale fun type of stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think eventually it's going to be like Twitter. There's going to be a lot of blocked people from being able to enter the events. I could see that happening pretty soon, because I think there was some troublemakers this last week.
Hold on, did you get a message?
Well, we
allegedly.
No.
But
no, yeah. It's cool. I mean, yeah, I think it was a fun week of golf. But back to the Rocket. I mean, he set a record, right? I mean, this guy's on fire. Tony the Tiger.
Oh, Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger. Is it too? Have you heard that yet?
No.
Are people comparing him? Are people comparing him yet?
Not yet.
Are they not yet? But it's well on his way.
Waiting for the shots gained cereal box, and we'll be on our way.
Yeah. Give him one more. Give him I don't know. Let him make it to Eastlake, and it's probably in discussion.
If he wins one more of these, player of the year.
I mean,
grabs.
Would you be surprised if he did?
No, he's on
that
fire.
Guy's playing. He's playing good, man. He is playing good. Yeah, I don't know. He'll have to pinch himself to make sure he's not dreaming at some point. But yeah.
I mean, these heaters, we've seen these heaters like Scheffler earlier this year, and then it's been those types of years where we have those little heaters or whatnot.
As far as one and done's go, your guy topped my guy. That's for sure. I thought, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of, you know, faltered a little bit, I guess, but I thought Cam Young actually had a chance to get there. I was like, man, this thing is it's gonna happen.
Playing great golf.
Yeah, I think Homa's hand was sore from all those new deals he's been inking.
Yeah, exactly. He signed too many autographs, too many AWS deals. He's down the voice of Amazon. I mean, he's gonna have a rocket ship pretty soon.
Isn't he? He's the new Rickie Fowler, isn't he?
He is the new Rickie Fowler. Yeah.
Speaking of Rickie Fowler, so he's sitting at 164th right now. So short of a win this week. And believe it or not, guess who's showing up to Sedgefield? You're not going to believe it.
Oh, yeah. No, Rickie Fowler. Oh, I saw.
Rickie Fowler.
I know.
It's like all the tournaments that you could have made it to. And you're now scrambling because I think that if he doesn't win this tournament, I think he's lost his card.
We'll see. We'll see how that shakes. Yeah.
Which maybe, I mean, who gives a shit, right? It's like I've already got the live check is it's waiting on me because I will assure you that they'll take him.
Well, I was watching an interview with him, and I think it was like right around the PGA time, or maybe the U.S. Open, and he was saying that he hasn't ruled it out. You know, he's evaluating, and it's under development, and all that kind of. It wasn't saying no to it. And I don't think I've seen him say no to it. And maybe this is like we talked about. This is his way of kind of like an elegant exit.
Yeah, it's a swan song, right? It's like I don't need to write 2 letters. I'm going to depart gracefully.
Well, no, I lost my card.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Could be. I don't know. I think he was. I think he was trying to. He was trying to play better than what he was playing. That's what I think.
Hey, we love conspiracy theories.
We do. I mean, didn't you see all those Trump posts I was making? I was trying to get the people riled up, and I mean, they wouldn't even take the bait. I mean, there were a few suckers out there, but not many. Not many. Better luck next time, I guess. So let's see. We'll talk about that in just a second. Did we talk about Luke Donald yet? I know I mentioned it, but we didn't really get into it, did we?
No, let's get into it.
Yeah. So I know we mentioned Henrik Stenson, who won the LIV event this week at Trump National, Bedminster, New Jersey. Luke Donald is Ryder Cup captain runner-up. Mm-hmm. He's the contingent Ryder Cup captain. The contingency being Henrik Stenson, you're no longer the European Ryder Cup captain, so we're going to default to somebody else. Now, I don't know how many. I didn't look to see how many Ryder Cups Luke Donald's been on. He's been on. He's played in the Ryder Cups before. But what do you think? How are you feeling if you're Luke Donald? It's like, well, you didn't pick me, but you didn't pick me until you had to pick me. So, I mean, is that already deflating the European team? I mean, think about some of the staples, right? So you got Westwood, Oosthuizen wouldn't have been in there. Westwood, Paul Casey. I don't know that they would have made the team. But Poulter. Now you've got now Stenson is gone. Mm-hmm. If you're Team Euro, are you a little deflated? Because who we got? We got Rory, we got Fitzy,
Hatton.
You got Hatton. So I don't know. Is that a deflating move there? I mean,
from a namesake, you would think that like a Westwood or a Poulter would have probably been in that in that seat, right? So yeah, I think it's a little deflating from your legacy perspective for sure. They went right after it, man, and they did it on the U.S. side too. They took some big names like Bubba. That's a big name. I could see him as a Ryder Cup captain, right?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. But if you're Luke Donald, are you a little?
What if Luke Donald's like, okay, what did Iceman just get? Oh, we got, I don't know, 50 million. All right, give me 65. I'm coming to. Kidding. All right, nobody get that worked up. Okay.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
That would be a good one. But no, it's, just to even be considered for that chair is respectable. So no, you can't now.
So you don't think
he had himself a great career, and who knows if Luke Donald wouldn't got it next time, right? I mean, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he got it, I mean, you got to be thinking, well, okay, he's in the running or he's in the mix for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just I was curious because I'm thinking like, so you didn't want me, but you'll take me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels kind of slimy, but I don't know. Maybe it's slimy that Stenson jumped ship. Maybe not.
Well, he won.
He ain't feeling bad about this losing this Ryder Cup captaincy. That's for sure.
$4.5 million or whatever he got it's going to solve some problems for you,
right? Exactly. Yeah.
Who's really won here? He's really won. Pat Perez.
Oh, he did win.
Gosh, he's on DJ's team.
Well,
he's racking those checks up.
I don't know if you follow Pat Perez on social media.
No.
But let's just say I think Pat Perez I think there's a lot of financial upkeep that he has to keep up with.
Maintenance.
That's what maintenance. I mean,
Dudes.
I mean, shit doesn't last forever, man. I mean, sometimes you need to tune up. So I'm just saying. I think that I understand the money, and he's in his 40s, I think. So.
Oh yeah, he's definitely in his 40s. He made that clear at that press conference. Let me ask you this though. We were talking about this, and I pulled up the picture. I was looking at this earlier. I didn't get a chance to. I couldn't tell. I'm not a shoe guy like you are, but does he still have
a shoe show, huh?
Does he still have the Jordans on? I don't think he does. Do you think
Uh,
MJ made him take them off?
I don't know. Pull him up.
I'm pulling it up right here. All right, hold on. Coming in.
Well, I mean, allegedly he.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So he is rocking the silver leaf lid.
Yep.
So I guess Big Ben's cool with LIV. He's rocking the William Murray. Oh, by the way, I saw Bill. Wasn't Bill up there this week too, playing in the Pro-Am?
He may have been. I didn't see it. No, I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
if he wasn't there, it was at Pumpkin Ridge, but he was at one of them playing the Pro-Am. So William Murray's good. I don't think those are Jordans.
I don't think they are either. No, I think he had to give that up. Yep. And the belt buckle is another golf company. I forget with the fingers.
Tommy Two Fingers.
No, the hand like that. That's I forget.
I don't know that one.
You got DJ's still rocking the Adidas.
Yeah.
So, and Taylor Gooch's got Nikes on. So,
yeah, Gooch looks like he's wearing Tiger Woods, right? There's a Tiger
Woods.
They
look kind of like a Tiger Woods shoe. Maybe they haven't gotten after him yet, but apparently MJ told Pat no dice.
Well, it's he said that's fine because their check cleared. Here we go, babe.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Serious question, very serious questions, because this is right around the corner. Okay. Which LIV Golf personality are you going as for Halloween this year?
Ooh. Well, if I could get my hair out fast enough, it would definitely be Pat Perez. However, I think what I'm going to have to do. I mean, I got the beard, I got the stubble going.
Oh, you do.
I got the stubble going. I'm actually right-handed, but I also play golf right-handed. So, we got 1 out of 2 ain't bad. And I'm a big fan of shades.
Ooh.
Love some sunglasses. So I'm thinking, I think I'm going as lefty.
There you go. I love this.
I think I'm going as lefty. That's I mean, it just seems like it'll work. I love coffee.
You could go as answer.
I could go as answer, couldn't I?
That might be. You get your little Flexa Azul hat.
Oh yeah,
you got the mirrors already.
I do have the mirrors. I'm a big fan of tequila. I like an agave based spirit.
Yeah,
I can get down with that.
Yeah,
I could go as answer. Is that a short joke, by the way?
No, you just had the mirrors, and you're right-handed.
And I'm right-handed. It's a good point. Yeah, I could go as answer. Hola.
You could go as answer.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
I don't. We'll see. We'll see where we'll wind up on that one. What else is going on in the golf world, man? We got to get into the Wyndham Championship. Did we miss anything? Did we miss anybody? I mean, I feel like this LIV shit is keeping us amped up, man. I mean, it is.
What do you think? Like, now that we're 3 events in, you and I, we think it's a good product. We think it's got merit. We think it's gonna be fine. How long is it gonna take to develop? Do you think the viewership's gonna go up? Do you think the bigger amount of events next year is going to help? What are your thoughts?
I think that their talent set is aging, is what I think. And I think that in the sense of when they released their schedule, they said that I forget what the metrics were, and how you're going to keep your place on the team, et cetera. But basically, you if you play like shit, you're going to get booted from the league, right? Yeah. You're going to get canned.
Yeah.
And they want to keep it at this 48 players. So I think it's going to be a new audience that's going to be watching. I think it's going to be people. I think that golf probably lost a lot of fans because if you take golf when it came back during COVID, which was the only sport that was happening, generally speaking, and you had people watching it just because they were jonesing for some kind of sport aspect. The PGA Tour actually, they were making it fun. They were doing the little Wednesday, kind of kick around tournaments, whatever, and they were mic'd up a little more. I mean, a lot of things going on, and I feel like they've gotten away from that. I feel like that they didn't look at that as, hey, let's be progressive and let's evolve. I feel like the PGA Tour said, hey, we got to do something because we got to fill TV time. or we have TV time. They don't have to, but we have TV time to fill. What can we do to make this happen?
Yeah.
I think LIV is doing the exact opposite. It's like, hey, let's have a big ass party. And it just so happens that we're going to invite 48 professional golfers to participate in it. That's where I feel like probably the miss is. And I mean, again, we've been to plenty of tournaments, right? I mean, you walk in and they drag you through the shed at the beginning of the at the entrance. And then after that, you're just kind of like, okay, you're out there and you're buying, and I don't know what their food costs are and all that stuff. It could be outrageous, but I mean, you're buying, $15 beers and $20 hot dogs or whatever it is, inflated prices for sure. And I don't know that, I don't know that that's fun to me. And if you don't like to, I mean, it's fun to be outside for the weather's good, but there's really nothing else kind of going on. If you're just not like if you're not a golf nerd and a golf fan, I mean, I think it's going to be fine.
Let me ask you this. So we've had 3 events and the fields have gotten better, right? We've had kind of some additions or whatnot.
Yeah.
Why haven't we seen a big name win yet? You haven't seen DJ or Taylor Gooch. I mean,
so Reed was in contention.
Yeah, Reed.
So here's what I think. I think that go back to Koepka, right? Koepka when he was on his major run, and he says, you can, what do you say? 50% of the field, you can just cancel them. Like they don't even stand a chance. Right. So, okay. So now we're down to, I don't know, give or take 70 players. And he's like, of that, you can cut that in half again because I'm that much better than everybody else. Okay. Well, now we're down to, 40 players, give or take. So I think the reason is because you've got 40 players that are playing. And if I didn't see what the final score was, but Stenson was I don't know, when the last I looked, everybody was kind of log jammed up around 6-7 under, and Stenson was like 11 or 12, right? So almost double the field. I don't know if they ended up like that. I could look and see, but I don't want to. So yeah, I think the reason is it's like just somebody's getting, I think you've got with that small of a field and somebody's just on that week. I think that they're that. Yeah, I mean that they're that good, right? I mean, I think that the difference is so micro that it doesn't take much just to lap the field. I mean, look at Tony, right? Look at Tony this week. Look at Tony last week. I mean, it doesn't take much, even though people are playing good behind you. A couple of little fuck ups on the way, if you're chasing, and you ain't gonna get there unless the other guy does the same. The other person does the same thing, and I think that's just where if you're just if that's your week and you're dialed in, I think they're that good that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see DJ win. I think we're going to see Patrick Reed win. I think that all those things are going to happen. I just think it's, when does somebody showing up maybe not a little too hungover? When is somebody going to be a little better focused?
I saw Hank Haney on Twitter was talking about how he was watching both events, and he actually thought that the LIV event was more compelling. He said, when they don't have something that's kind of running away with something at the end, and you have the team aspect, it makes it a little bit more fun. It's just a better experience. And he said, I'm not getting political. I'm just taking everything else out. I'm just saying from a watching it perspective, it was more fun to watch that.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. I'll be honest. I mostly watched the Rocket. I did flip over. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass because it's on, because it's on YouTube. I think if they ever get on a channel, if they ever make it to, when they make it to network TV, if they want to, I think that's probably I think that'll be a game changer for them. And from the sense of, viewership standpoint, because yeah.
So when do you think they get on that? Because that's what was going next. What's the roadmap look like? I know we got to get the two over to the Wyndham, but they have to go after the sponsors first, and once they get the sponsors, then they can pitch it to some channels, because I think it's a big deal for them to be in these bars and restaurants.
Yeah, I do too. I think I think it's time, and what time heals all wounds, right? Mm-hmm. And you've got you've got Saudi shit that's been so you've got Saudi money that's been in sports for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. Not just golf, but other sports as well. So I think that it's it's fresh. All right. The wound's fresh. So I think that people are taking advantage. Everybody loves a platform. Give me a platform and an audience, and I'll find a reason to to support it. So I think that's where they are. I think it's a timing thing.
Yeah.
And two, I think that the folks that went over early, the disruptors, if you will, I think that's the reason that they were handsomely compensated, is because you're potentially flushing your career down the drain. Now, if next year DJ says, screw this, I want to go back to the PGA Tour, I think he can. I don't know what the entry, I don't know what the re-entry fee is. Meaning, is he going to have to go requalify? Did he resign? If you resign, can you come back in? Is there, sponsorship exemptions, to your point? And that's probably where the change comes, is whenever big business, right? The folks that are sponsoring the golfers, whenever they're ready to put the pressure on and say, here's the people that we want. And it'll be reflected in the numbers, right? I mean, if the Taylor Pendriths and the Davis Rileys and the Cameron Youngs, I mean, if they're not driving viewership like the Bryson DeChambeaus and the Brooks Koepkas and the Patrick Reeds, if they're not driving that, I mean, it's going to be easily measurable, from the sense of they won't have a choice. I mean, they'll just have to make the decision. And I think I think it's a time thing. And, once it starts getting measured, I think that's where we figure out, what's actually going to happen.
Do you think, here's a controversial question. You want one?
Oh, I love controversy.
Do you think that Tony Finau's won 2 times in a row because the field's that much weaker on the PGA Tour?
It's a very interesting question. Let's see. What's Tony's other 2 wins? He won the Puerto Rico Open,
and didn't he win? He won like a playoff event, right? Didn't he, last year? Or what did he win?
I don't know. That's optimistic. That's very optimistic of you. So he won the 3M. He won the Rocket. He won the 3M. I think it's been like almost 2 years ago. He won Puerto Rico, but he's got another. There's a 4th one in there.
Puerto Rico, Northern Trust. Yeah, told you he won that.
Okay. All right. So the Northern Trust. So, I mean, maybe. I mean, Puerto Rico diluted. 3M diluted. Rocket diluted.
Well, let's go 3M. So 3M, I mean, you used to have guys like DJ and Brooks were going up there. Both of those guys played the 3M. They were wheels up on Thursday, but they played the 3M.
But they played. Bryson
won. He won the Rocket. Yeah. I mean, so these events had good players, and I'm not taking anything away from Tony. I'm just asking the question: Are we already starting to see it happen?
So I think for the layperson, yes, but I don't know if the layperson is connecting it back to that, because I don't think that if you're a casual golf fan, I don't think you're looking at strokes gained. I don't think you're picking names, right? If you're betting or you're playing DraftKings, or, you're picking names, right? It's people that I know, people that I'm familiar with, people that I'm comfortable with, people that are referred to in a positive manner when you hear the media discussing them. I mean, those are people that I'm just going to gravitate to, and I'm going to pick them just because it's human nature. But yeah, I mean, I think so. I think the other side of this is going to be, which I was thinking about as I was talking, like, I wonder what's going to happen with like DraftKings, and what's going to happen with some of these betting channels, because you could absolutely play. You could field a team on DraftKings for the LIV Tour. I don't know that there's any more DraftKings sponsorships on the PGA Tour. I think Bryson was their biggest guy that they had out there. I don't know if they have any out there or not. I would expect that they do not at this point, since they're promoting essentially and allowing you to bet or field teams for the LIV Tour.
Well, it's another thing, like ESPN, I don't think they are really covering the LIV Tour events on the ESPN app, right? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
When's that going to happen? It's an ABC, Disney type company, right? So
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just so strange. It's just so strange. But this kind of quality professional fields are out there that are not being covered by anybody.
There were a lot of people there.
There's
a lot of, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you that it's just not getting picked up. So I don't know. I mean, I guess they're trying to kill it. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I don't think it's going to happen, quite frankly. I think it's a thing. I think it's here to stay. And I think the sooner, the PGA Tour, the sooner Biden gets his hooks in there and starts to work with the enemy, the better off everybody is. I think it's better for everybody.
One more conspiracy question. One more question that's controversial. You ready? Charles Barkley said no to the LIV Tour. He wanted to keep his TNT contract. Do you think that was what the meeting was all about? Or do you think the meeting was about bringing LIV to TNT?
It's like, why do I need to go to the LIV Tour when we can just we can just do it over here? Very likely. I mean, here's the thing, or the other side of that, and I don't know. Has it leaked what they paid Faraday?
I don't think I've seen it. I mean,
I haven't seen it. So, I mean, obviously I don't know if I would call him the voice of golf, but his name, if you've ever watched golf, right, you probably recognize the accent. It is very pronounced, and the voice very pronounced, definitive. So I don't know if
5 years, 20 million.
5 years, 20 million. All right.
Yeah.
So where I'm going with that is, as far as golf goes, I mean, Faraday's probably a bigger name. Faraday's probably a bigger name than Barkley. But as far as names go, Barkley is a bigger name than Faraday. So I don't really know what happened there, unless they just offered him. I don't think they would have offered him, and I don't think they would have lowballed him. But when he's hearing about these people getting 200 million, and if you've never met Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, he requires a table. If it's just him, he still needs a table for two because his ego takes up its own space in the room. Right. I mean, it's like he's traveling with a twin, and the twin is his ego, which is fine. I mean, he's funny, dude. I think, go to the Four Seasons, man. If he's in town, he'll be at the bar drinking. Couldn't meet like a more fun-filled guy to grab a drink with. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they lowballed him and he's like, yeah, no, thanks. I'll just stick it out over here. I don't see TNT really coming and making like a huge, I don't know. I don't see TNT like matching whatever LIV offered him to keep him there. But that's a very interesting take in that. Why don't you go back and why don't you get us access to pitch TNT becoming our network?
They covered the match, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's Phil. That's Charles.
Oh no, it's Koepka. It's DeChambeau. I think Tiger hasn't, but almost everybody else.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Almost everybody else has played. Or has gone to the LIV Tour. Yeah, outside of Tiger. I think everybody else is they've jumped shipped and moved to LIV. So yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting take, and maybe we'll find out in due time. It'll be next year before we find out, but we could find out.
No, it's going to be in negotiations now. Yeah, it'd probably be some kind of like next year announcement in January or something like that, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, right before the we need to look at the event schedule for next year, but right before the Phoenix event, the Trash Open.
Yeah, the waistband. Yeah, the trash town.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Take a quick
break, refill time, and we'll be right back with the Wyndham Championship. refills are here, and here we go. Dan, heading to your neck of the woods, big guy. I'm surprised you're not recording live from Sedgefield Country Club, or you could be at Grandover. I
could be at Grandover.
Grandover, perched up at the bar, man. We're heading to Greensboro, North Carolina. It's Greensboro or Winston-Salem? I think it's Greensboro.
Yep.
Yeah, Greensboro, North Carolina. Sedgefield Country Club. I'll get it out in a minute. Hey, it's like earlier in the year when we were talking about it's Pete Dye course. Here we go. We're in Donald Ross country, man. We just left the Donald Ross course. We're heading to another one in Sedgefield, just over 7,100 yards. It's going to play as a par 70, 2 par 5s. Everything should be reachable for every golfer that's going to tee it up in Greensboro this week. Here's where I think that we got a lot to get into, Dan. And I don't know. I don't know, but I've got an opinion or two. I got an opinion or two on where we're going to wind up from a winner this week. And so let's look at our previous winners. Last year, Kevin Kisner, 15 under. It was like a 26-man play. No, it was a 6-man playoff. And Kisner prevails. I don't know that I'm going to be leaning heavy on Kisner this week. I think the game's a little shaky right now. But yeah, so Kisner in 21, you got Jim Herman, JT Poston, Brant Snedeker, and Henrik Stenson, who will not be here because he plays on the LIV Tour now. So that's our previous 5 winners. Out of that, you should go to show. I mean, it's a 7,100 yard course. So this is an approach. This is a second shot course all day long. Donald Ross. So we're going to have those elevated greens or dome greens. We're Bermuda. So we haven't played on Bermuda in quite some time, true Bermuda greens. So that's going to be a direction that gets us there. Cut line usually sits around 2 under. And, outside of last year at 15 under, I mean, we should be 20 under plus for the champion. Tony's not going to be there, so I don't know how deep we'll get into that one. But Tony the Tiger, that is. But yeah, so I think if you're looking at players, I think course comps may or may not. I think course history is probably going to translate over pretty well and looking at some of the winners. But I don't know if there's a lot of Donald Ross courses this comps out to, but there are definitely some correlations in Detroit Golf Club. That's the Donald Ross course. Harbor Town. Yep. Colonial. TPC River Highlands. So, if you want to take a look at, course comps and kind of where we sit and what looks good, I think that's a good way to go. But I think it's strokes gained approach. That's probably where our model's going to weigh heaviest. Again, shorter course, a lot of placement, driver out of a lot of hands. I think the year that Stenson won, the Iceman, do you think he left because they gave Cantlay?
It could have.
Because the Cantlay nickname. You think he's pissed off about that?
Very, very possible. Very possible. I would have.
He's like, no. I'm the Iceman. What is this Patty Ice shit you're pulling out of? So Stenson.
There are 2 E's in Stenson.
2 E's, boys. 2 E's. I don't even Steenson. I don't even think it could actually sound like Steenson with a Swedish accent. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Swedish accents, but I'd like to know more about them. So I don't know. Dave, drop something in here. 2 E, Stenson. How's it come out?
There you go.
I don't think he even had a driver in the bag the year he won. I think he was just playing with that old, 2010 Diablo, Callaway Diablo, strong 3-wood. So
yep.
You got Kisner winning. Definitely not a long hitter, but I think it's going to be all about approach. About approach.
This is like a Webb Simpson playground right here.
I mean,
that's why you see Kiz and you see Hermie and all those guys on it too, right?
That's why you see his daughter's name, Wyndham.
Yeah,
it's like he, for crying out loud, he's never won here, and he named his daughter after the course. So luck hasn't rubbed off yet.
He has certainly won here. Crazy.
I don't think he's won here.
Who? Oh. Webb Simpson? Yes.
Yes.
No, he's won here a couple times.
No, I don't think Webb. Hold on. Well, I can tell you the last 5 years for sure. He has not won here.
Yeah, it hasn't been the last 5 years, but he's won here like 2 or 3 times.
T7, T3, second, T2, third. I don't think he's won here.
I got it right.
I've been drinking, but I don't think he's won here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can't wait to hear your one and done. You're probably going to pick Tony the Tiger.
Hold on. Oh, are you saying that Webb Simpson has won here?
Yeah, he won in 2011.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
At this course?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, 2011 is one. I thought he won a couple of times, but yeah, just once. But yeah.
I mean, you were really blowing that way out of proportion.
Well, you would think with all the name of the kid after it, but he loves this place.
Yeah, I mean, the past 5 years, he's T7 or better.
Yeah.
So, Webb Simpson. He lights. Yeah, he's won so many times. I mean, you talk like I'm an idiot over here. You're yelling at me for crying out loud.
I could tell you anything right now, and you'd believe me. So this is the first event that's going to become a live event next year.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible in Greg Norman's eyes. Okay, let's head over to what else? Do we need to do anything else about this?
Nah, place? Second shot course, Webb Simpson Fest. Kisner, Hermie, and all those guys. It's that kind of course.
Hermie ain't making my roster this year.
No, I'm just saying it's that type of setup, right? That's all. Yeah.
Adam Scott could have won this last year.
Yeah, he could have.
And he missed he missed that little 2-footer.
I know,
like 2-footer. Like, good Lord, Adam, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get the shrimp off the Barbie, for crying out loud. Get the Barbie off the shrimp. Okay, so $10,000 and better. We're not going to go through all these, but who do you want to talk about, Dan? We don't need to talk about Webb Simpson. I just read off his shit. So there you go. You know what's happening with Webb Simpson. Who else do you want to talk about?
I was surprised to see Will Zalatoris playing this week. I mean, I don't understand what it's all about. Just getting ready for the playoffs, I guess. But I mean, you can't go wrong. T20 last week, the Open, he was T28, missed the cut at the Scottish Open, T2 at the U.S. Open, and then Memorial T5. Playing great golf. 108 on putting, a little low for him. He needs to get that thing rolling. Maybe that's why he's here. Get a little bit more practice in. But I don't see how you can go wrong there. Now it's 11.7% protected ownership. I'm not sure I'm going there in DK. Webb's actually more at 13.5. Definitely ain't going there. But are you going anywhere in $10,000 range here? I guess if I was going to go for anybody, it would probably be Will, but because the ownership's so low. But I'm not sure if I want to pay up for that.
I'm not going to pay up for it. I'm not going to pay up for Webb Simpson. What did you say Webb Simpson's ownership was? 13%?
13.5. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, now if he stays that low, then maybe. Then I might sprinkle a little more Webb love into my life. But Webb hasn't been playing that. I think there's something off with Webb. If I'm going somewhere, I'm going 2 places, and it's probably Billy Ho and Shane Lowry. That's probably where I'm kind of sitting at for it. I think Shane Lowry ranks out first in our model, and Billy Ho ranks 7th. Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to go into the $10,000 range. I don't think I need to, because I love that $9,000 range.
Yeah, I was thinking about Billy Ho as my one and done, and I didn't pull the trigger on that one, but I was definitely considering it here. I think this is his kind of course, and he's been playing great golf. He missed the cut at the U.S. Open and the Genesis Scottish Open, but his kind of course. I mean, look at that, all that green there. I mean, off the tee, 14th, on approach 29th, putting 21st. Model rank 7. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see him pulling that thing out this week, but I'm not starting there either. I think I'm starting in the $9,000 range. Where are you starting?
Well, Dixie agrees, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
In case you didn't hear, she's totally on your side.
We said we're not on Billy Ho, and she said, I can't stand the setup.
She's like, oh my God, is he doing that maneuver again? Give me a break. So I can totally scrap the $10,000 range. And so here's where I want to be. Track record looks good. I don't recent form. So Russell Henley, T7, T9, T31. It's his last 3 trips to the Wyndham Championship. And I mean, he's gaining 4.3 strokes in his last 5 outings, 4.3 in the last 10. No, scratch that. That's a totally different. I'm like, that is not the numbers that I looked at earlier. The T7, T9 is good. Yeah, but he's still gaining. You know, I was taking a look at Billy Horschel. Finished. I'm sorry. No. Russell Henley. He finished 10th in the Rocket Mortgage last week. 67th at the Open. I would say that he was in a little better form coming into the Wyndham in 21 than he is right now. But I did consider Henley as my one and done until I realized that I'd already used him. So I think Henley's probably a good place for me to start. And I think everybody in the $9,000 range is valid and warranted.
I agree with you 100% there. But if I'm going to start in the $9,000 range, I'm going probably number one would be your boy Adam Scott. You know, T37 at the Rocket, T15 at the Open, T14 at the U.S. Open, 67 at Memorial. He finished second here last year in the playoff. Sets up well for him on approach. He's 13th in this field. 42nd in putting, 35th in the model, 10.7% projected ownership. I mean, nothing I don't like about that. And right above him at $9,400, not $9,200 for Adam Scott, $9,400, 7.7% projected ownership. Tyrrell Hatton, very much like an RBC heritage type setup here. He kind of crushes that place. Model ranked 20th at the Open, 11th. Scottish Open 24th, and the U.S. Open 56th, and then the PGA Championship T13. He's playing great golf as well. On approach 41st, and then putting 7th for Tyrrell Hatton, which is killer. So those two guys there, I love in the $9,000 range.
Yeah, I think the $9,000 range. I think you can kind of sprinkle and pick and choose as you will, but I don't think there's anything wrong with any of those folks.
Yep.
I'm pretty bullish on all those guys. Let's see. Hold on.
Do we keep going back? Can we go back up to the 9,000, or you want to go to 8,000?
Well, I'm just thinking if so I agree with Hatton. We haven't seen Connors in a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's his projected ownership.
15.9 is high. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably take a Webb Simpson over that, I guess. Right. So,
Hatton's at 7.7 and Adam Scott's at 10.7. Those are low ownerships, and I think they both can tear this track up.
Yeah, you got to go there. I think HV3 in his. I think his. I'll try to get this right. I believe his first round scoring average is around 64. I don't know how much I'm gonna get. I don't know how much HV3 I'm gonna get into my DraftKings. I mean, I think the LIV Tour, like he is just. He's got LIV Tour written all over him.
It's the Jordan thing. Now that we saw Pat Perez's shoes, I 100% Jordan doesn't like the LIV Tour because he likes going to the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so he is like a 60 averaging. First round scoring average is 65, just under 65 in his last 5 starts. Here, I think he's my first round leader. I think that's a bet that I'm gonna make for HV3 instead of playing him in DFS. I think I'm gonna go first round leader for HV3.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. So $8,000 range.
McCarthy, man.
Woo. All right. Well, go ahead with McCarthy.
I mean, you got to play him this week, right? Because he's such a damn good putter. First in the field in putting, 87th on approach, but 15.3 projected ownership, $8,900. Model ranked 19th. Missed the cut of the Rocket. T6 at John Deere. Missed the cut of Travelers. T7, T5 at U.S. Open Memorial. The guy's been playing really good golf and has been striking the ball a lot better, which is what he needed to develop. And the trajectory is great. And this is a type of course where he's had a really good chance to score well here.
So he's made the cut every time he's played. T15, T9, T22, T36. Absolutely. Yeah, I think Denny McCarthy is a play for me for sure. You know who just had their last wrestling match? Their last and final wrestling match
Yeah,
last
Ric
night
Flair.
in
Yeah.
Nashville. Yeah, the Nature Boy. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's officially hung it up. I think he won. It's a tag team event. I think he won the belt. Siwoo Kim, baby, T2, T3, 5th, and I mean, Siwoo's coming in pretty good form. I mean, he's on record. On record, this is his favorite golf course on tour. 14th at the Rocket, 15th at the Open. We got a few missed cuts there. 13th at Memorial. So, yeah, I kind of like where Siwoo's sitting right now. What does he look like? He didn't look that much different coming into the Wyndham last year where he placed second. So, yeah, I think Siwoo is that's a must grab for me. You know, I think. Okay, so the Tony the Tiger shit, like I didn't back it. No way, no chance, ain't gonna happen, ain't gonna go back to back. I'm off on Kisner this week. I ain't saying he ain't gonna make the cut. Good, great course history here. Won it last year, T3 in 2020. I don't know. There's something that's a little bit of a miss there, so I'm probably moving on.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'd probably go Taylor instead.
Pendrith, yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll tell you the other couple few. I mean, I like a lot of people in the $8,000 range.
Poston.
I think yeah. I mean, so previous winner, he's missed plenty of cuts here, but I think we're looking at a different Poston than what we have. We hit him several weeks ago.
Yep.
Aaron Wise, maybe. That's a maybe for me. Justin Rose, T10 last year. That's a maybe. We haven't seen a lot of Justin Rose. What is his?
Where's he sitting at FedEx points?
Well, that's a good question, Dan. They won't let me search people, so I have to scroll through. So you'll talk about your next player.
Davis Riley. Model ranked 11th, $8,000, 10.7% projected ownership off the T13th on approach 7th, putting 90th, missed the last 2 cuts at Rocket and 3M, T64 at Travelers, T31, the US Open, T13 at the Memorial. So he's cooled off a little bit, but approach 7th in the field. I mean, this is going to set up well for him. I could see him playing well here.
Yeah, we haven't seen, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Yeah, so back to Rose. So he's 54th in FedEx Cup points.
Okay.
52nd, excuse me, 52nd.
Better than I thought.
52nd. So he's definitely in. We haven't seen him since the Scottish Open.
Yeah.
Justin Rose.
Yeah.
It's been a
Where did he get all those points from? What did he win? What did he get close on? That's a lot of points for him.
Let's see. 4th at RBC Canada.
Okay.
37th US Open, 13th at the PGA.
That'll do it right there, probably, right?
13th at the PGA. Yeah, 6th
he
at
had some good
Farmers.
ones.
Yeah.
It's a sneaky good year for him, actually.
Yeah, he's got some misses. Missed the Schwab, missed the Masters, missed the Players, he had a rough.
I would have thought he would have been on that 125 line. That's why I was asking, right? I thought he'd be up there, but he had a better year than I thought.
Yeah. So I don't know. What's he? I mean, can you even look at the last 5 tournaments? I mean, can you even judge it? He lost 3.4. You don't really have strokes gained, but total he lost 3.4 at the Scottish Open, but and then the US Open, you don't have it either. He gained 3.4. RBC Canada. RBC Canada. He was 4th and he was 15 strokes gain total. He got 8 of them, almost 9 off from putting. So how does he put on Bermuda? He puts pretty good on Bermuda. So maybe I don't know, what's his ownership?
Rosie, 8.1.
Yeah, 8.1. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I'm trying to go like just build out something, maybe we'll do a who's heading to live next. And he's definitely going to be on my list.
There's a lot of good players in this range here, the $8,000.
Yeah, some of the other who else?
Harmon could play well here.
Harmon, all day. Love Harmon here. Bezadenhout, that's a maybe for me. Aaron, I think I said Aaron Wise earlier. Davis Riley, you mentioned him. Yeah, so good. $7,000 range. You know it, man. You know it. And I put money down on this fool. He's ready to pop.
He can't get no respect. He can't get no respect. He should be 8,500.
He's ready to pop, man. I mean, he looked good, making birdies. He may have missed a little short chintzy putt there on Sunday, but I think it bumped him back. Probably, I didn't look to see what it cost him, but that putt that he missed, I think it was on 18, maybe in 17. That was probably an expensive putt, and it was short. I don't know, 6 or 8 feet, may have been a little longer, but yeah. Yeah, Scott Stallings is absolutely getting my money. I think I caught him at 50-1, which, in this field, it's that's pretty handy. And he, he's got. So for Stallings, he where are you? Where are you, Scotty? Okay, so for Stallings, missed the cut last year, T42, T31, missed the cut in 18 and 17. I think definitely coming into this thing in different form. So I guess that's where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling the dice there. 10th at Mortgage, 4th at the Deer, 8th at the Travelers. And if you look at kind of where he's popping at, I mean, it's kind of the diluted fields, right? I mean, it's this kind of field where he's popping at. And if you look at where he's won, I mean, same kind of things happening there. So yeah, I think it's could be his week. Could be his week.
100%. Anybody else you got here in the $7,000 range?
Yeah, more than I want to get into. I think I'm going to stay on the Goddard. I think that's probably a place I'm going to stay. Svensson, I think that's a place that I'm going to play, and CT Pan. I think those are kind of the call outs for me in the $7,000 range and where I probably want to go.
Okay.
Damon's a bubble boy. So, I think he's got to do, and so I didn't pull these guys out, but there are quite a few people in the 125 that are not going to be eligible because they now play on the Enemies Tour.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
So Damon's sitting at 120. So
what happens with those? Yeah. What happens if they're off? If they're suspended?
They're as I understand, they're just going to cut them out. And if you were 126 and Taylor Gooch was 125, Taylor Gooch is going to get removed and you're going to get advanced to 125.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a freebie. It's a mulligan. You get a mulligan. Nice. Yeah, you get a free shot.
Nice.
So, right. but a good one like Joel Damon. I mean, he's sitting at 120. So missing the cut probably pushes him out of and I think he missed the cut last week. So, that's somewhere that, I don't know what that's going to do. I would say historically the bubble boy mantra has kind of carried through into, they performed really well if they needed to, but yeah, Damon doesn't have the best track record here. What are you going to do with Bucky? You going to play Bucky?
Where is he at? We haven't gotten to him yet.
7,000.
Is he right at 7,000?
Yep.
Wow. This field ain't that deep.
Apparently, no, but maybe he's playing that bad.
0.4% projected ownership. Yeah, I'm playing him. Yep.
Yeah, I think so. So he lost. Here's the bad news: is he lost 5 strokes tee to green, and he lost 6 strokes on approach at the Rocket Mortgage. I ain't playing him. Ain't gonna happen. With those numbers, last 5 he's lost. Last 10 lost. Last 20 lost. Yeah.
Well, maybe just take it back. I'm gonna go back to my conspiracy theory. I think he wants to lose his cards. He doesn't lose. He doesn't have to
you can.
He doesn't have to break away. If he loses his cards, it's easier for him to say to JT and Speed, "Oh man, guys, I'd love to try, but it's just easier just to go do this."
All right, so hole in one. So can we go to the 6,000 hole in one? $6,000 range. Hole in one.
Okay.
Yeah, down here with the scrubs. As Dusty Rhodes would say, I've wined and dined with kings and queens and laid in the gutter and eat pork and beans. Give me Rory Sabatini. I mean, he just made a hole in one last week, for crying out loud. T10, his made 4 out of his 5 cuts here. T10 missed a cut in 20. He was getting ready for the Olympics. There was a thing going on. T6, T57, and T4. I mean, at $6,900. I mean, I'm probably starting my lineup there. What's his projected ownership?
5.2.
All day long. All day. Give me Sabatini.
All right.
Who else we got? Maybe
Chesson.
Maybe. Yeah, you know where I'm heading. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Local boy. You know, he's from Raleigh.
Yeah, he's a Raleigh guy.
Just down the road.
Just up the street. Is Redmond in the field this week?
I think he is. I think I saw his name. Let's see. I don't.
Ooh. Okay, so Redmond, since 2018, he's missed 3 of his 4 cuts, and T3 in 2020.
Is
that when we met his dad? It's 2020.
Yeah, I don't think it was
2019.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know how he's dropped off so much, man. Yeah.
Who else do you like in the $6,000? I mean, if you're gonna ride the $9,000 range or $8,000 range, you're gonna have to get down here. You're gonna have to.
I'm probably staying into the $8,000 and a little bit of $9,000 range, but you can probably go Hoffman, 2.2, T10 last week.
Where's Hoffman?
6,900.
Yeah, he didn't play last year, missed a cut in 20 and 19. So no, thank you. Nick Taylor, T10 last year. Kadira, he's missed all 3 cuts that he's played here. I can't get on Zach Johnson, even though he had a pretty good week last week. I can't go there. Roger Sloan, T2 last year. Jim Herman, winner in 2020. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that.
Yeah. All right, you ready to do a lineup?
Yeah. Maybe. Tisk. Full lineups. I don't even know what that means. I'd like to know what that means, by the way. I'd like to know what that means.
I'm going to ride him. I'm going to ride him.
Who are you riding?
Stallings. We got to go start with Stallings, right? He's been playing too good.
I mean, I think that's a fan favorite. I'm all over that guy. Hold on, I got to get back to something. All right, here we go. Sneaking up on it.
And then next, I think we should probably go maybe Poston.
Yeah, good with that.
Okay, and you got it. You choose.
So Hatton's a low ownership, right? Was 7 or 8%?
Let's see. 7.7. Yep, 7.7.
Yeah. All right, Hatton.
You want to do that one? Okay.
Yeah. I think we go. How high is McCarthy?
He's how much is he? There he is. 15.3.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's evaluate this. Let's evaluate. I don't know that I need to go there just yet. So I'm looking at last 24 rounds. So around the green, he sucks. Last 24 rounds on Fantasy National. Approach, he's ranked 10th. Last 24 rounds, he's ranked 1st in DraftKings points. Is Adam Svensson.
Let's do it. Svensson. Where do you get those numbers from? Fantasy National?
Indeed.
I gotta figure out how to look those up. How much is Svensson?
He is $7,500. Let's see, what did he do? He played here in 2019. And he was T31. I don't know. Give me a top 20, and I'll say money well spent.
All right. Where are we going next?
Next is we're gonna have to go to Aaron Wise is intriguing.
Mm-hmm. Or Harmon.
Yeah, maybe I do like Harmon. What's Harmon's tournament history here? What is he? 8,000?
83.
Yeah, 83. Cut T27 and T6.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's go Harmon.
Did we take Harmon last? When did he make this the cut? Last year?
Yep.
I think it was about one and done here last year. Fucker.
Here we go, baby. We got $8,800 left.
Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, it's your boy. It's your boy.
I mean, we gotta go there, baby. Take me to Korea.
There you go.
Take me to Korea.
We were talking about him earlier.
Can't. I mean, absolutely, man. I mean, how can we not go there? How can we not go there?
How can you not go there?
It worked. It's almost like we planned that. It worked out perfectly.
Well, it took us like 25 minutes to get the lineup right before the show.
It'll be fun. And that's not what it's not who you told me you were going to pick, by the way.
We don't ever practice lineups before the
show. Okay, so all right, one and done. You're the lead horse, so you go ahead. I gotta make a big move, man. I gotta make a big move this week, or I'm toast.
All right, I'm going with Tyrrell. Give me to the Hatton for me.
Yeah. For me, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. This is a good field. I like this field. I love this tournament.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a great tournament. Great tournament, great course. Yeah. If you're ever in the Greensboro area and you get to check it out, it's a fun one. You can just sneak in from like the neighborhood across the street. You don't even need a ticket. You just go park in the neighborhood and just walk over.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what's coming up? Okay. So we got to talk. We got to schedule a trip to Kinderloo. It's down near Valdosta. So we got it and if available, if not available, it's okay. Got some people that we got stand-ins if you No,
I want to go. Yeah, you said it's October, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
If I go dressed as Phil, can I still get in, or are they anti-live down there?
No, I think they love Phil.
Okay.
At Kinderloo. Yeah, I think it's a Phil kind of course. Sets up for a lefty fader. Who else where else we got to go? We got to we got Old Tocoa, we got Pinehurst. I think I don't know. I gotta figure out what's going on at the secret home of golf. We're supposed to be playing there, but something got a little sideways this weekend, so we're not playing there. So I think the secret home of golf.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's a secret. I can't tell you.
Okay.
But so we're rescheduled to go back on the 13th. So hopefully that works out. Well, it's going to work. I'm showing up. Let me put it this way. I'm showing up at the secret home of golf on the 13th. We'll see if I play golf or not. Maybe I'll just be like sitting, lounging, and drinking. I don't know. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Who else do we have coming up? I don't know. Bird Church Distillery coming up. We got another whiskey review on its way, so that should be fun. I think we're going to get a Live Tour caddy coming on pretty soon to give us a rundown of between the ropes of the Live Tour, so that should be fun. And I don't know. So summer's winding down here. The last few weeks of summer, we'll enjoy them the best we can, and say drink more bourbon.
Drink more bourbon. Hey, are you caught up on Better Call Saul?
I am not caught up on that.
Okay.
I got to get better at it. I don't know. It's just, I think I am. I think I did skip a lot of things. I skipped a lot of it.
Okay. Well, just get caught up on the season, and we got like 3 episodes left. So, like, you don't have to don't go through all the past if you don't want to. I just want you to catch up with culture. Just catch up with culture. So
yeah.
You can live in the moment while we're all living together. Yeah.
Always in the moment. Okay. Well, good luck this week. And until next time.
Cheers.